You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Thursday, April the 11th. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us. New questions tonight over what the former OBA government did to address numerous environmental concerns, including mold at the troubled Tatum Middle School. Students and teachers were forced to abandon the property this week after continued structural problems, including reports of illness due to mold. As Trot reports, an uncovered report to the former OBA government on the extent of the problem sounded the alarm as early as 2016.
The assessment in question, obtained by Bermuda Broadcasting News, was carried out by Island Air Quality Services under the firm IAQS between December 2016 and January 2017 and focused on the structural problems at the Tatum Middle School. The report documents a host of environmental issues at the school, which was unoccupied at the time since the end of November 2016, with the exception of custodial staff. The findings show dust and/or discoloration consistent with mold contamination on vents throughout the school, plus water-damaged ceiling tiles ranging from minor to significant, and in some cases evidence of active fungal growth as a result of repeated water damage, with the list of issues going on and on. For instance, this photo from the assessment shows a water-damaged section of ceiling in the guidance department ladies' room, and this photo of a missing ceiling tile in the school's library. Elsewhere, the assessment found that temperatures in 26 of the sample areas fell below recommended comfort standards, though were comparable with levels seen outdoors at the time of the testing. Relative humidities in all of the samples exceeded recommended standards, though were comparable with levels observed outdoors at the time of testing. A total of 79 air samples were collected throughout the campus for airborne mold analysis. Of these samples, 16 contained levels or types of mold indicating conditions present contributing to poor air quality at the time of testing.
And putting together plans.
Wayne Scott was the OBA education minister at the time. During this interview with Bermuda Broadcasting News in February of 2017, he acknowledged challenges with the infrastructure of the island schools.
We've got infrastructure that hasn't been maintained for years, so it is in poor shape. And as a country, we can do better. As a government, we're committed to do better.
As far as the condition of the troubled Tatum Middle School at the time, the then minister commenting,
"The school's actually in very good shape. I mean, it's not 100%. There's still one or two things that need to be done that we're working through. But I just, was walking around with one of the PTA members, the commissioner of education, the principal, and we went upstairs to the second floor art area, which was the worst area. And from my understanding, it was even items from, Warwick Sackett in there. So, the room was a mess.
Shadow Education Minister Cole Simons yesterday roundly criticized government for its handling of the mold situation at Tatum. Meanwhile, government MP Michael Weeks stating in an op-ed article, "It is interesting that the same One Bermuda Alliance that saw 4 education ministers in 5 years suddenly has all the answers on the issue of school mold at the Tatum." According to Mr. Weeks, the mold issue is a legacy issue from the OBA administration. Most alarming, he says, is that the recommendations from the OBA's own 2016 report was never fully implemented by the OBA, and that, he says, is the cause for the re-emergence of the issues we have now. The PLP government, after inheriting this issue, he notes, has commissioned renovations testing the building both in February and in March to ensure the building was being worked on in order to be fit for students and staff. Trot reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Education Minister defends the decision to hire a media consultant. Minister Diallo-Rebane urges the move is in keeping with the Education Ministry's plan to provide insight and encourage support for its Plan 2022. The minister telling Gary Moreno the decision to make this hire is justified.
I find it insulting in some of the comments that we've heard about this. Within our Plan 2022, which I remind the public was a plan that was put together from extensive input from the public. In Plan 2022, 5.31 talks about the need to strengthen external communications and engagement. And so following on with our plan, we've decided that we have to bring in someone to help specifically with that internal engagement. That's not someone coming in to try and make it seem like things are better than what they are. It's been identified through Plan 2022 and through consultation that communication between the Department of Education and the public, more importantly, our parents, our teachers, and our students, is just not where it should be. And after discussing this with the people who help us with communications, it was decided that In order to follow the plan, we need to bring in someone very specific to deal very specifically with those types of issues. We will still be relying on the government communications officers to do what they do on a daily basis for the Department of Education.
You mentioned that the Department of Communication and Information is going to continue to be used, but it could be argued that someone could simply be taken from that department and brought in to fulfill this new rule without any added cost.
Well, Gary, the communications officers that are stationed within the department actually are shared between the various ministries. So it isn't like it's one communication officer per ministry. They're shared between multiple ministries. And the role that we're talking about is someone who will be doing it full time for a year to a year and a half. So we just can't take a communications officer and then leave another ministry without one while this happens. And this is why it was decided to go this route.
Meanwhile, with today being the second day for students at TN Tatum to be housed at nearby primary schools, Gary asked the minister what can parents, teachers, and students expect come next Monday.
It's anticipated that we will be making that decision tomorrow. What happened yesterday was the health and safety officer met with the teachers up at the school to do a thorough inspection, and the teachers were there to point out things that they felt were needed to be examined and report written. We are currently waiting for the health and safety officer to hand over that report. I've asked for that report to be delivered to the Department of Education as of today. And once we do get that report, we'll be in a position to announce on Friday what's going to happen on Monday. We also want to thank the teachers for understanding what's going on right now and dealing with the students in the various locations that we just happen to have met now. But we anticipate that there will be a definitive decision on the long-term status come tomorrow once we get that report.
And we'll have more for you after this short break, including all the latest weather news. Stay with us.
Welcome to World Triathlon Festival weekend.
See you at the Sunday Shopping Festival on April 28th.
Sunday is the new Saturday.
Enter to win a shopping spree or a travel voucher.
World Triathlon Festival weekend. There's something for everyone.
Wednesday, the 24th of April, Michael Ramsden returns to Bermuda, accompanied by fellow Christian apologists Alicia Wood and Vince Vitale, also of the Ravi Zacharias International Ministries. Once again, we tackle the mysteries and misconceptions arising from the Christian worldview. Has Christianity failed? Where is God in suffering? And why believe in fairy tales? Plan to attend this fascinating forum at the Mid-Ocean Amphitheater on the 24th of April at 7:30. Free tickets at ptix.bm.
Welcome to Furniture Walk. At Furniture Walk, we have one of the island's widest selections of top brand home furnishings, including Stearns & Foster, Craftmaster, Natuzzi, Universal, Bassett, and many more. Whether you're freshening up your living room or remodeling your entire home, we have all the brands and top quality furnishings you'll need. We also offer in-house financing. Can't find what you're looking for in store? No problem. We can special order it for you. Our website has an even larger selection of the world's best furniture. Stop by our Paget store and we'll be happy to help you get on your way to finding the perfect selection for your home or office. Furniture Walk, furnishing Bermuda's homes for over 30 years.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Concern over the apparent heightened incidents of antisocial behavior at the Southampton Rangers Sports Club. Now, the Bermuda Police Service is considering a number of options as they seek to address the situation. Mike Sharp reports.
We are only 4 months into 2019, and 3 incidents of antisocial behavior have reared its ugly head already. The records show there have been 2 murders and multiple stabbings and fights at the club. Detectives are currently conducting inquiries regarding 2 recent incidents at the club, one on the evening of Friday, April 5th, and the other on the evening of Sunday, April 7th. In the first incident, a 22-year-old man sustained lacerations to his hand around 11:55 p.m. on the Friday after apparently being cut by a bottle during an altercation at the establishment. The 22-year-old was transported to the hospital. In the second incident, around 9:15 p.m. on Sunday, a 20-year-old man exited the premises with a wound to his abdomen after apparently being stabbed during an altercation with another man inside the sports club. Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police James Howard, who is in charge of Tactical Operations Division, says, "Again, I wish to remind all licensed premises that antisocial behavior committed on your premises will not be tolerated." As a result of these recent incidents, in addition to previous ones at the club, the Bermuda Police Service is evaluating the range of options available under the Liquor License Act. Back on February 2nd this year, 6 people were hurt. Police used their authority under the Liquor License Act to order Southampton Rangers to close for 24 hours. There were multiple arrests, and the 6 men were banned from the club for life. In August of 2018, 25-year-old Deshaun Swan was fatally stabbed in the early morning hours at the club. This 3 years after the gun murder of Rakai Swan near the club's grounds. Well, in 2017, 2 men were shot outside the club. And in 2016, gunshots were fired and a man stabbed in the face during a melee. I'm Mike Sharp with Bermuda Broadcasting News.
A Supreme Court jury today heard the case of a 53-year-old man charged with 3 historic sexual offenses against an underage girl. The man, who cannot be named for legal reasons, denies all offenses and chose not to give evidence in his defense. A 53-year-old man is accused of 2 counts of sexually exploiting a minor and having unlawful carnal knowledge of the girl 2 decades ago, between 1997 and 1998. The Crown finished giving evidence today, and the trial is due to wind up tomorrow. Today, the jury heard evidence from the complainant, who, now in her 30s, described the alleged abuse against her when she was 10 years old. She told the jury she remembered the abuse took place over a period of 2 summers because she remembers being on summer break. Defense lawyer Vaughn Keynes asked the complainant's mother, who also took the stand, about her child's behaviors during primary and middle school following the alleged abuse. He asked whether the girl was self-harming, crying out of the blue, or expressing sullen moods. She replied no, just the normal issues. But she did say her daughter had problems in high school, though she couldn't recall what exactly. Detective Sergeant Sherlina Tankard of the Vulnerable Persons Unit testified that the complainant reported the historic sexual assault in September 2017. In March 2018, the defendant was formally arrested and charged with the offenses, to which he made no comment. The accused chose not to take the stand today nor call any witnesses in his defense. During closing arguments, prosecutor Takia Burgess said the complainant has come here as part of her healing. She's telling you what happened over 20 years ago. She's a credible witness. Both her mother and her cried on the stand because they are reliving it. She added, all we have is hope that someone believes her. Justice Carlisle Graves will give his summations of the case tomorrow, and the jury are expected to deliberate shortly thereafter. Now let's turn to AccuWeather headquarters for the latest.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This AccuWeather forecast on ZBM is brought to us by the BF&M Insurance Group. It's been a little wet out there. We had about a ½ inch of rain over the past 24 hours, but we have a much nicer forecast for you for the next 3 or 4 days. So the clouds they're thick, but they're on the way out of here, and it's still a little bit tumultuous for the boaters. The final showers have been in the area through the afternoon into the evening, a few leftover stragglers, but the trend is good. You'll notice there's not much going on to the west-northwest, and this main batch of rain is going to be on the way out of here. We're at 66 degrees, a little cooler than we were yesterday. Humidity between 65 and 70%. Wind from the north-northeast, pretty active at around 15 knots. Water temp unchanged at 72 degrees. And really the waves are similar to where they were 24 hours ago, about 1 to 2 feet on the inside, and then 4 to 7 feet around the periphery of the island. But things are going to remain a little active out there as the seas are turned and churned up a bit. So a small craft warning will remain in effect through Friday morning. Looking at the tide chart here, the schedule, if you will, the tide is going out, low tide at 7:43. And then tomorrow morning, well, before daybreak, we'll have a high tide. Low tide at 8:57 a.m. and then another high tide into the early afternoon hours for the beachgoers, snorkelers, and so forth. You may notice a few changes out there, but it will remain a little bit wavy and a little rocky on the water. The breeze will continue. We'll see a low around 60, and you'll notice that we have basically pulled the showers away to the east. Tomorrow will be a bright, beautiful day, but it still will be breezy and a little cool, highs around 68 degrees. More sunshine than clouds. And the Futurecast will take the this big stripe of rain away to the east. High pressure will be our friend as it noses in across the northwestern Atlantic, and we'll be dealing with a mix of sun and just a few fair weather clouds. A pretty nice setup for us. Into the Caribbean as we head south, we'll see some scattered showers and storms into Jamaica. Meanwhile, we're in great shape for Barbados. Trinidad and Tobago are looking good as well. Not many issues out there and no real tropical threats at this point. The Gateway forecast showing eastern North America. We have rain showers, spring-like, April-like weather into Toronto with highs around 61. New York City looking pretty decent. Look out for some showers on Friday evening and Friday night, especially in New York City, and then deeper into Friday night into Boston after a mainly dry day. Mid-50s and upper 50s there. Atlanta, showers and thunderstorms possible, 80 degrees there. There could be some severe weather into Sunday in Atlanta, by the way. Miami 86, nice day there. London looking a little cool, but bright and generally dry. Only 49 there, more like March than April in the United Kingdom. Here's our great forecast for the weekend. Boating weather will improve for Saturday and Sunday as well as temperatures slowly rise. The winds and the waves relax. Monday looks warm, and then showers will return on Tuesday with the next storm system pushing in from the west. Will be warm, though, as we get into that time frame. We'll send it back to you.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Michaela, and this is Taking Off. Earlier this year, 2 Bermudian public works employees embarked on an amazing internship opportunity in Toronto thanks to a partnership between the government and Aecon. Jamar Doe and Zico Johnson have been in Toronto since January working with Mulvey & Bonani International and H&H Angus Associates Limited respectively. Jamar has been keeping busy by working on Toronto Pearson's new baggage system, which is a major project. He's learned a lot in the design phase using software such as AutoCAD and Revit, which he's been able to apply to the project. The project initiative is to upgrade the baggage handling operations with a state-of-the-art automated system. Meanwhile, over the past few months, Zico has been working on major projects such as condo-style retirement homes, recreational centers, and commercial building mechanical fit-outs. With these projects, he's learning methods of mechanical design for buildings of different climates from Alberta to Ontario. The interns will be in Toronto until July. See you next time.
Despite today's inclement weather, the annual agricultural exhibition opened its gates to the public today. Maya Palacio was there.
Today marked the start of the 80th annual agricultural exhibition in Bermuda. As expected, there were hundreds of school children, families, and of course, animals.
I like seeing all the animals. That's my favorite part, the horses, the goats, and the chickens and things. This is Adam for short.
What did you come here today to see? The horses, the pigs, the chickens at a safe distance. The artwork, plants. I love it.
The lines for food and fun weren't long on day one, and the fun kept rolling. Some sights are familiar to most, but for others, it's a brand new experience.
Everything is pretty unique and amazing because a lot of fruits are different. The flowers are a little unique, which we haven't seen in USA. We are from United States, so it's pretty amazing. And we were also watching the horse showing, and they look pretty different because they've been maintained very well, breeded, and it's something different which we haven't seen before. I mean, we have seen horses before, but this is just very unique experience we are having. So far, yeah, we are having a good time.
Others who are familiar with the event encourage the culture.
I'm glad to see all the nice pets and everything, and I wish our children would take interest in doing what they can to do this. So every year I hope that they will get involved with doing something because it's a good thing.
It's great to be at the Ag Show. Every year I enjoy it. So many people across the island taking part in the different exhibitions, different displays. Huge amount of work has gone into it. I particularly like seeing, the young people contributing and engaging in this. And so I thank all the volunteers, everyone who helps to make it happen, and I hope that everyone in the island enjoys visiting the Ag Show this year.
The Ag Show will continue tomorrow and Saturday with hopefully brighter skies. But despite the weather, many will say the day was a success.
You guys like exhibition? Are you enjoying the exhibition?
Yes. I thought I was about to do.
What did you like most about the exhibition? The pigs, what?
Horses. What about me?
What did you like?
Pig.
Pigs. What did you like about the exhibition? Nothing yet? No.
Pigs.
For Bermuda Broadcasting News, I'm Maya Palacio at the first day of the 2019 Agricultural Exhibition.
And a very happy 22nd birthday to you, Maya. Still to come, Earl Based, we'll have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes.
Yukon Gold potatoes, $4.99 for a 5-pound bag. Don't forget your codfish for your fish cakes, only $5.99 for a 16-ounce package. Great for Easter Sunday, stovetop stuffing, just $3.29 for a 6-ounce box. Trappy's Sugary Sam sweet potatoes, only $1.99 for a 15-ounce tin. Robin Hood bread and roll mix for your Easter baking, just $3.69 for a 3-pound bag. Have a safe Good Friday and a happy Easter from the marketplace.
You can count on us. Are you a drone operator? Did you know there are now 3 no-fly zones in Bermuda? These include LF Wade International Airport, Police Headquarters in Prospect, and Westgate Correctional Facility. These no-fly zones have been created for everyone's safety and security. Any person who breaks these laws commits a punishable offense and may be prosecuted. Find out more at bcaa.bm.
I close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake.
Over time, your mattress goes through a lot. That's why at Dreams, our experts recommend you replace your mattress every 8 years for a better night's sleep. Replace every 8 years and sleep better with Dreams.
For the world we're gonna make.
Made with care, handled with care, delivered with care. Now that's what dreams are made of.
Now here's Earl Basin with the latest from the sports desk.
Jeffrey Benz, the sole arbitrator, has released his ruling in the Court of Arbitration for Sports case settled in the appeal filed by Jillian Teixeira, and the Bermuda Olympic Association has accepted the ruling. Benz, in his ruling, stated the appeal filed by Jillian Teixeira on December 2nd, 2018, against the decision of the Bermuda Olympic Association Appeals Panel, dated November the 11th, 2016, is partially upheld. The finding of the violation of the uniform policy is upheld, but the punishment of 1-year suspension from the Bermuda Olympic Association activities is replaced with a written reprimand, which has already occurred in the form of charges in the prior proceedings. The finding of the violation of security policy is upheld, but the punishment of 3 years suspension from the Bermuda Olympic Association activities is replaced with her being given a simple and plainly stated written reprimand regarding the room issue at the Pan American Games, and the reprimand should be published on the BOA website. The cost for the arbitration to be determined and served to the parties by the CAS Court Office shall be borne by the Bermuda Olympic Association. The Bermuda Olympic Association is ordered to pay Jillian Teixeira the amount of 5,000 Swiss francs as contribution towards the expenses incurred in the connection with these arbitration proceedings. 2019 Gold Cup draw was revealed last night in Las Vegas. Bermuda was selected in Group B alongside Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Haiti, with matches scheduled to take place in Costa Rica on June 16th, Texas on June 20th, and New Jersey on June 24th. Bermuda will travel to Costa Rica to play Haiti before facing Costa Rica, and then they will face off against Nicaragua. Coach Kyle Lightbourne shared his thoughts on the draw.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant draw for us. Our first game in Costa Rica against Haiti, a team that we know a little bit about. It'll be tough. They finished top of the group stages in the Nations League, so we'll have our work cut out for us in that first match.
The 2019 edition of the Randall and Crota Legends of Squash tournament came to an end last evening inside the Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club. LJ and Gemma from Holland took on David Palmer from Australia in the final, which saw the pair battle it out over 4 games. And Gemma came from a game down to defeat Palmer 9-11, 11-8, 11-4, 11-5. England's Peter Marshall defeated Scottish rival John White in straight games 11-5, 11-8 to finish in 3rd place. A doubles exhibition match started the evening with Bermuda pair Anaya Smith and Micah Franklin defeating England's Simon Park and Nick Taylor 15-13. St. Augustine University continued its successful start to the outdoor season with 5 victories at the Bill Carson Invitational Track Meet in North Carolina. One of those victories was by Shaquille Deal. Deal crossed the line first in the men's 800-meter run, stopping the clock in a time of 1:52.82. Robert Edwards also competed in the Invitational. Edwards finished 12th competing in the men's 5,000-meter run, clocking a time of 17:34.18. Amateur Athletic Union National Track Chairman Charles Oliver is on island to go over logistics as he will bring a team to Bermuda to compete in the Bermuda National Championships, which will take place at the National Sports Center. Bermuda athletes traveled earlier this year to the AAU Indoor Track and Field Championships and put on a show, with Coach Oliver stating,
"Okay, y'all want to come to our house and treat us like that? We're going to come to your backyard, and compete in your country." So we're excited about the opportunity to come here and be a part of the Bermuda National Championships, and this is an inaugural trip, for us. We've never done anything, like this, and so we're very excited about the opportunity to come here and compete against your athletes in their home stadium.
Bermuda Winter Olympic hopeful John Lejour concluded competing at the Junior World Moguls event in Italy. In a field of 32 competitors, Lejour finished 11th competing in the dual Moguls event with a score of 86.40. Recently, Jay Aswad traveled to Thailand for the 3rd time, where he enrolled in a 5-week fight camp at the Tiger Muay Thai training camp. At the conclusion of the camp, Aswad was encouraged by his coach and other fighters from Tiger Muay Thai to accept his first pro fight at the Payton Boxing Stadium against a very experienced Thai fighter. Aswad went into the first round with a strategy to attack the legs of his opponent, hoping to slow him down. While attacking the legs, Aswad soon realized each time his opponent blocked his leg kicks, he would drop his hands. Aswad was able to capitalize on this by faking a kick and leading up with a Superman punch, which ended the fight with a knockout 1 minute and 30 seconds into the first round. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Sears is Bermuda's largest home appliance store with over 200 appliances in our showroom. We have refrigerators and freezers, gas ovens and electric ranges, washers and dryers. Sears has a wide selection of craftsman's tools and accessories. Beautify your home with our lawn and garden tools. We have everything you need for outdoor entertaining. Located at 41 Victoria Street, Sears is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sears, reliable delivery, quality service, and everyday low prices.
Toyota commercial vehicles from Bermuda Motors are the smart business choice. They're fuel efficient, durable, and provide exceptional performance. Bermuda Motors maintains an inventory of Toyota genuine parts and has Toyota factory-trained technicians. So don't risk buying a second-hand or gray market truck from someone you don't know. Whether you run a large fleet or single commercial vehicle, choose Toyota from Bermuda Motors, the smart business choice.
I'm Tony Waterman. Coming up on The Breakdown this week.
It's electric.
Sales of electric cars accelerate around the world. We'll explore why there's so few on Bermuda's roads and show you a car you can plug your house into. Look, Ma, no hands. Could autonomous vehicles be the death knell for auto insurance? Plus,
so when I visited Cobb's Hill, that was a way to really connect.
Reawakening Bermuda's African Diaspora Heritage Trail to tap into a new group of affluent travelers.
They want to know what happened in Bermuda.
That's Thursday at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9.
And that's our newscast for this evening. I'm Jasmine Patterson. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.